Pakistan believes that Kulbhushan Jadhav is a spy who is guarding the separatist movements in Balochistan province of Pakistan, while India considers him an innocent citizen. Pakistani newspaper The News says about Kulbhushan Jadhav case. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, on Wednesday rejected India's request to acquit, release and return of its national Kulbhushan Jadhav, who was sentenced by Pakistan on charges of espionage, however, asked Pakistan to provide him consular access. President of the ICJ Judge Abdul Qawi Ahmed Yusuf read out the decision in a public sitting at the Peace Palace's courtroom jam-packed with officials, representatives and media persons from Pakistan and India. In response to India's plea to release Jadhav and to facilitate his safe passage to India, the Hague-based court said, "It is not the conviction and sentence of Mr. Jadhav, which are to be regarded as a violation of Article 36 of the Vienna Convention." The court did not uphold the submissions by India that the partial or total annulment of conviction or sentence provided the necessary and sole remedy. It also declared that a continued stay of execution constituted an indispensable condition for the effective review and reconsideration of Jadhav's conviction. In its final verdict, the ICJ ruled that it had the jurisdiction to entertain the application of India under the Vienna Convention. The United Nations top court said it had the jurisdiction under Article 1 of the optional protocol concerning the compulsory settlement of disputes to the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations of April 24, 1963. Pakistan had argued that Article 36 of the Vienna Convention was not applicable in cases of espionage. Flanked by English Queen's Counsel Barrister Kawar Qureshi, a 13-member Pakistani delegation led by Attorney General Anwar Mansoor along with Director General South Asia Dr. Muhammad Faisal and comprising officials of the Ministry of Law and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, was present in the courtroom. Serving Indian Navy Commander Jadhav was arrested on March 3, 2016 in a counterintelligence operation from the Balochistan province. A military court had given him death sentence on April 10, 2017 on charges of espionage following his confession on operating for India's RA to conduct terrorist activities on the Pakistani soil. India had invoked the jurisdiction of ICJ on May 8, 2017 seeking stay and implementation of execution and later on expanded its prayer for consular access and also his acquittal, release and return. The 15-member ICJ bench had reserved its decision on February 21 after hearing oral submissions by Pakistan and India. The Economic Times published a detailed story about Kulbhushan Jadhav on February 19, 2019. Citing articles published in Indian newspapers to hit back at India and the International Court of Justice, ICJ, on the Kulbhushan Jadhav case, Pakistan Today insisted that the Indian Navy officer was a spy and Jadhav was an instrument of India's official policy of terror. Responding to India's argument on Monday, Pakistan's representative lawyer Kawar Qureshi said, "India is living in a wonderland. It is sitting on a weak wall of lies just like Humpty Dumpty and on one day will have a great fall." To support its arguments, Pakistan cited articles written by Karan Thapar and Praveen Swamy in the ICJ to claim Jadhav was a spy of India. Pakistani quoted an article allegedly written by Karan Thapar in the Indian Express in 2017, where Pakistan said Thapar questioned the stand of Indian government on Jadhav. Pakistan also quoted another article allegedly written by Praveen Swamy in Frontline magazine in January 2018, in which Pakistan said Swamy had claimed that Jadhav was indeed on an espionage mission in Pakistan. In its arguments, Pakistan also cited a speech of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to say that he has been on record to have suggested using water as a weapon against Pakistan. Questioning India's motives, Qureshi asked how can India demand consular access when it did not confirm Jadhav's nationality? India has also failed in putting up justifiable arguments on his retirement date. India has leveled a baseless allegation against Pakistan of violating international laws. India has deployed this process for political theater, lawyer Qureshi said. Pakistan also said that Jadhav was given responsibility to spread destruction in Pakistan by Ajit Doval, India's national security advisor. Referring to an interview, Qureshi said, Doval confessed to Indian-sponsored terrorism in Balochistan during his interview. According to Doval, Jadhav's role in terrorism in Balochistan, he added. Yesterday India had accused Pakistan of misusing the Kulbhushan Jadhav case in the International Court of Justice, ICJ, for propaganda. India said that Pakistan has no substantive defense and is indulging in malicious acts. During a hearing in the Kulbhushan Jadhav case in ICJ, Pakistan has violated Vienna Convention and Jadhav's custody in Pakistan should be declared unlawful, Eminent lawyer Harish Salve argued during a 4-day public hearing in the case of Kulbhushan Jadhav death sentence by a Pakistani military court on charges of espionage. Salve pointed out to the court that not only Jadhav has been denied consular access but no credible evidence has been provided by Pakistan to show his involvement in any act of terrorism. Jadhav, a retired Indian Navy officer, was sentenced to death by a Pakistani military court on charges of espionage and terrorism in April 2017. India first approached the ICJ on May 8, 2017 for the egregious violation of the Provisions of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, 1963 by Pakistan by repeatedly denying it consular access to Jadhav. Pakistan's story is solely based on rhetoric and not facts, he said. India had moved the ICJ in May 2017 against the farcical trial by the military court of Pakistan against 48-year-old Jadhav. India first approached the ICJ on May 8, 2017 for the egregious violation of the provisions of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, 1963 by Pakistan by repeatedly denying it consular access to Jadhav. The ICJ has set a timetable for the public hearing in the high-profile case from February 18 to 21 at the Peace Palace in The Hague, the Netherlands. While India argued on Monday and Pakistan responded to India's arguments on Tuesday. India will reply on February 20 while Islamabad will make its closing submissions on February 21. It is expected that the ICJ's decision may be delivered by the summer of 2019. Both India and Pakistan have already submitted their detailed pleas and responses in the World Court. However, Pakistan facilitated a meeting of Jadhav with his mother and wife in Islamabad on December 25, 2017. On December